Good morning. It's a Sunday morning and I've just had an idea for a little impromptu quiz. How big is my world? How big is your world? And it's come from reading this book, The Art of Rest. And the questionnaire replies that she got came from all across the world. From a questionnaire on rest, 18,000 replies from 135 different countries. And that made me think. So I read that and I went, could I even name over 100 countries? So I'm now about to go into and a couple of other ideas have come to mind as well, to think around how big is my world. And I invite you to do this with me. And I apologise for the background noise. The sound, the hum that you're hearing is the oven because I'm actually cooking Sunday lunch at the same time. Rest, but doing a couple of things at the same time. So if you would like to take part as well, if you'd like to find out how big is your world, a couple of unscientific questions. Okay, that's 11 minutes. I'm going to stop the clock there. I've got the most I'm going to get. How did you do? Now, the follow-up question is, can you say what language is spoken in these countries? So take the same amount of time, about 10 minutes, and see if you can list. And some of them may be more than one language, of course. I think coming back after thinking about language, when I look at them, I'm seeing the history of colonialism and the influence of countries between countries. So for example, the moment I get to South America, I'm suddenly starting to write Spanish a lot. And Europe is a bit of a mixture, but several key languages. And so it goes on, and also sort of dynasties or religious faiths that you find. Arabic goes across many countries. Fascinating to look at and think about the different languages, and that if you looked at them, probably you'd find quite a few that would have very strongly dominant cores that then spread into other languages. England is a bit of a mixture. English is a mixture according to the influences of countries around us. There's little bits of French, little bits of German, and then I think lots of bits of Norse and Viking coming from invaders coming down from the north, and Celtic obviously as well. So we've quite a rich mix, but so do all the other countries. They have influences from other neighbouring countries and countries they've done trades with and so forth, and history has formed the languages that are used across the world. Interesting. The final question that comes to mind is, and again, we're not really scoring ourselves, we're just getting a sense of our knowledges and our lack of knowledges, and also just broadening our way of thinking about the world. The final question is simply, who made the clothes we're standing up in today? What country in the world were they made in? So I will go away and have a look at the labels at some point today. I hope you weren't too disheartened by that quiz. If I was to colour in a map of the world with the countries I remembered and named, then that would show me the areas I know about, I'm aware about, but it would also leave a whole lot of countries, especially smaller ones. I've yet to check my answers, but I suspect there's an incredible range of small islands, and I'm definitely better versed on some continents. My knowledge is better in some continents than in others. And that's just what it's about. It's finding out how big my world is. Because if I can name a country, if I have a sense of imagining where it is on a map or a globe, then it's in my mind. I'm conscious of it, at least. So I hope you find this a useful exercise. And I know there's a strong interest and impulse to broaden our reading from different countries and cultures. Maybe that's also helped you as you've tried to remember different countries and what the languages are, because if you read widely and you read translation, then you're knowing what country something has come from and what language it's been translated from. That's another way you could have a good background knowledge. But it's a starting place, and I guess the idea then next is to think, do I want my world to be bigger? Do I want to go to an atlas or to a reference book and then look at where I didn't get, where I didn't name, and even look at it on a map and find out what is its language, and then I'm more aware of it. I hope you enjoyed this little exercise and that it leaves you with maybe more questions to ask yourself. Bye for now. Now back to making Sunday lunch.